And we welcome you live here from the Temple of Speed here in Monza. It's our first stream in 2 weeks. We obviously had a race last Friday in Imola, but it was unfortunately not broadcasted on the YouTube channel. It was broadcasted on Twitch. Where there was unfortunately some audio issues, but the race was still shown on Twitch. But yeah, I was not there for it, so yeah, I'm also joined by Maddox Beard here in the booth, and he could also probably give us a good insight on what happened in Imola last time out.
Uh, yeah, not much happened at Imola. Um, it's like pretty much, you can't pass, pretty much, that's the main story of Imola. No one could really pass at all, especially with the new LiDAR scan, which added a lot less runoff, so, yeah, we couldn't really, no one could really pass. We did see a good battle for the lead, though, the whole race. It was Royce Tron and Dylan Thate, the two championship rivals, but yeah, they kind of went back and forth, but obviously once someone got ahead, it'd be pretty hard to pass them, so we had to see most of the passing due to strategy. But yeah, we saw a few incidents, nothing really like just a couple one-car crashes. But yeah, we saw Royce Tron come out on top, just barely, not just barely, but it was a good battle to the end. Royce Tron won in Imola. He's not here today, however, which is going to be big as Dylan Thate is here. Royce Crown will not be here. So if Dylan Thate can win this race, win this Grand Prix, he will be starting to get in striking distance if Royce Crown has a rough few races coming up next.
Yep. But yeah, as everyone's starting their first laps here, this lap has the fastest average speed on the calendar. It's, most of this track is taken flat out. Obviously, have the chicanes here, which are probably one of the slowest, or so the slowest on the track. But yeah, there's Jack Ward heading up into the two right-handers, and yeah, and then after that, it's just really fast. It's a Sauber off. That would be Jonathan Hibbett in the Sauber. But yeah, here comes Jack Ward. He heads up into a Scari, the Scari chicane. Really, really fast corner right here. Gotta nail it. Could be really treacherous though if you hit it wrong. If you hit the curbs wrong, it could send you straight into the barrier and be a really high-speed crash. So you'd want to avoid that. Then he head up into Parabolica. A good sweeping 180-degree corner. It opens up on exit. You want to stay tight down here to make the track as short as possible. Jack Ward heads up to the line. He says a 1:19.3 to start off qualifying. We'll see if that's a good time. Landon Baranel. Yeah.
Baranel also didn't seem like a decent lap.
1:19.1 for Landon Baranel. He goes top of the board as yeah, here comes Jonathan Hibbett.
I'll get to say in a second, Jonathan Hibbett's
yeah.
fun, but just want to say, actually, before I say that, I want to mention one driver returning to the lead. Christian Severson is back in Formula Allegiant. He left after, I think, Bahrain, so he's missed about a good chunk of the season, but he's back, and now with Aston Martin, which, if you recall, it was actually his first team that he was on in Formula Allegiant, all the way back in China, as he's on the wets also, which I was going to say, he's on the wets. I'm not sure why.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
That's very risky. I don't really know if he's messing around, but that was risky. Obviously not a fast lap from him.
Yeah,
but
maybe he might have just wanted to save a set or something. But
also, here's Dario Alamani. He's not returning to the lead. He's been in the lead. He just hasn't raced all season long. I don't think he's raced on F125.
Yeah, he hasn't. He hasn't raced a race this season. I don't think. Actually, he might have. Yeah, no.
He raced Bahrain.
He raced Bahrain, but after that, he's taking a long break, and now he's back here in Monza, and here he comes heading up to the line. Let's see where Gadi Alamani can go. He goes to third, 1:19.5. Top three separated by 0.4 of a second, which really close to qualifying, which I expect to see here in Monza. And I kind of also expect, oh my goodness, that was a little chaotic entry in the pits with Williams and the Aston Martin Jack Ward. But Yeah, this race is probably going to be a big DRS train, almost like what you'd see at Austria, just because of how high speed this track is. And I think this race will probably be most likely the opposite of Imola, and probably going to have a lot of overtaking opportunities here tonight, because there's a lot of long straightaways into a few heavy braking zones, like the first chicane and the second chicane. But that second chicane can get pretty tight if you go side by side. There we saw there was a collision between, I forgot who it was. It was like Sainz and someone else, and I think it was Behrman in real life there. So just that chicane can get pretty tight there, and even the first chicane can get pretty tight. But yeah, with the DRS to help each other out, and also slipstream to get around each other, and it's gonna be a pretty interesting race here in Monza.
Yeah, last season this was probably, I'd say, the closest with Sam Lewis. This was also Sam Lewis's last win in Formula Allegiant at this track. But
Yeah.
this is the closest race I think we've had with Sam Lewis in the field. I obviously would know because I was battling with him. I even took the lead for a few laps when I was racing last season at Monza. And sadly I had to go, which I knew like I had to go before the race, but yeah, unfortunately I had to go, and then that basically handed the win to Sam Lewis, giving him his final win in Formula Engine, his probably final win ever. But here comes Dylan Tate. Speaking of Red Bull, Dylan Tate will start his lap pretty late for his first lap, but yep.
Yep, as here he comes, heading up into the first chicane here. We're right on board with him. Really tough chicane to nail. It's a really important part of your lap because it's one of the slowest corner on the track. So you really gotta nail that. Get a good exit, heading up through that curve and heading up into the second chicane right here. You also gotta nail that. It's really, this track can be pretty tough to nail at times, but if you can, it's obviously really good. But here we go, heading up through here. Oh, a little loose right there. Just really pushing the limits there as he heads up down the hill under the old Monza oval that F1 used in like the 1950s. But here he comes heading up through Ascari, the Red Bull of Dylan Fake, and now he heads up into the run into Parabolica. No DRS down this straight, but as he heads up into Parabolica, flicks the wheel and heading up to the line. Here comes Dylan Fake. Let's see what Dylan Fake can do. Heading up to the line, he goes top of the board with a 1:18.6. Dylan Fake top of the board by about 0.5 of a second over the Williams of Landon Baranow.
Yeah, obviously his main competitor, Royce Crown, isn't here, so I wouldn't say Dylan Fake is like he has a good chance to win, but I wouldn't say he's necessarily going to win because it's Monza and anything can happen. Here's Jack Ward on his lap.
Baranow off in Ascari, but anyways.
And Jack Ward has one win in Formula Allegiant. He's been here decently long time. He won a few races ago at Austria in the Austrian Grand Prix. Looking to make his second win. He's actually second in the points. So I guess technically he does have a better chance to get to Royce Crown this race than Dylan Tate. It's just there hasn't been a ton of winning for Jack Ward, but he's definitely been consistent. As comes out of the final corner, he takes a tight line. This seems like a decent lap. We'll see where it puts him. It's not put him up any position, but it is an improvement.
Yeah, he was up 2:10, so he must have lost some through Parabolica. So yeah, but still improvement for Jack Ward, but they've still got a long way to go to get up to the Red Bull of Dylan Fake. But here comes Landon Baranow heading up through the double right-handers here as he heads up down the straightaway here. DRS open down the hill and heading under the old Monza oval, as I mentioned, heading up into Ascari. Here comes the Williams. Can he improve? I think he is improving, but I don't know if it's by enough. But here he comes heading up into the run into Parabolica.
Well, for Christian Severson, I was watching.
Wow.
Doing that. He's up to P2.
Yes, here comes Landon Bear now. He's up a 10th right now. We'll see if he can find any more through Parabolica. As here he comes, heading up to the line. What can the Williams do? Landon Bear now goes up to 3rd with a 1:18.9.
Yeah.
Gatti Eliminati,
Yeah.
up to 2nd with a 1:18.9. So, yeah, now they're only 3/10 behind the Red Bull. Dylan Fake, who heads out on the track once again.
Yeah, that was a great lap for Gatti Alamani. I didn't even watch most of it, but I saw he went up to 2nd. Gatti Alamani, he's definitely been pretty fast in Formula Allegiant, but he hasn't been able to find a win. Sauber has not won in Formula Allegiant yet, but, I mean, yeah, as Jonathan Hibbett goes, I saw that he improves. I mean, look at this. The top 6 are separated by 7/10 of a second, or, yeah, 7/10 of a second. Which seems like a lot, but it isn't a whole lot, really. So,
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, but yeah, Dylan Fake heads up into Ascari, and yep, here we go. Dylan Fake, he's on a little bit of a different qualifying kind of strategy, if you want to call it. He made his first run kind of later in the session, about halfway through, and then now he's making his second run here. He'll probably make his final run right at the end of qualifying here. As here comes Dylan Fake heading up to the line. As yep, he's gonna start his lap here. His second run here. We'll see what the Red Bull can do. I don't know who else is on the lap. I don't think anyone else is on the lap. Maybe Billy Kruger. I think he is up a 10th as he heads up through here, heading up into Ascari. We'll see what he can do. He's up 2/10 now, heading up through Ascari. Let's see what he can do. Kind of missed it there. Yeah, what goes over the curb, a little bit in the grass, and yeah, it doesn't look like it's probably going to be an improvement for the Alpine. As
Dylan Fake was up 2/10, but he probably just lost a lot of it through the second chicane. He took a really rough line, but we'll have to see. Goes to these corners, it seems like a really scrappy lap for Dylan Fake. See what his sector 2 time is going to be.
Billy Kruger does improve, but still not enough to get up any positions. He's the only one in the 120s, unfortunately, but I think he could probably find some time. And as we've mentioned, he's really good at managing those tires, and like we said at Silverstone, he's probably going to be up there in the race. So don't count him out yet. But yeah, here comes Dylan Fake. Let's see, can he improve at all? Here he comes. He heads up. Oh no, he aborts the lap. He heads into the pit lane. As yep, there's Jack Ward on his out lap here as he heads out of the Lesbo turns. Is heading up into. Oh, he's heading up into the Scar, but I think he's charging up some ERS here.
It wasn't gonna be worth it for Dylan Fake to finish that lap. He was down by not much, but it probably would have been worth using all that time. But yeah.
All right, about 4.5 minutes left here in qualifying. This is going to be probably it for Jack Ward, who's heading out a little bit early, but I guess he won't get any traffic, which could be a good thing. But here comes Jack Ward. He heads up to the line to start his final lap here in qualifying, most likely, as here he comes, heading up into the heavy braking zone of the first chicane. Here he comes, heading through the first chicane. Seemed pretty clean through there. That seemed really pretty good from Jack Ward as he heads up into the Curva Grande here in Monza. As he heads up through here and heading up into the second chicane. He is improving, but not by very much. He's got to find a lot of time if he's going to try to go for pole here. He heads up into Lesbos, and as here he comes through the double right-hander, Lesbo, and heading onto this DRS straight, heading down the hill under the old Monza Oval. Jack Ward will see what he can do as he enters Sector 3. He's up 6/10. What a lap this is for Jack Ward. Can he finish it off, though? Heading up through Ascari. This is a really good lap for Jack Ward, but probably not going to be enough for Paul yet. He's going to have to find a lot more time here in Sector 3 as he heads up into Ascari. What can the Aston Martin do? As here he comes, heading out of the Parabolica and heading up to the line. This is a great lap for Jack Ward. Up to the line, he goes top of the board with a 1:18.4. Can anyone beat that? We will find out here in 2 minutes and 40 seconds time. As as Gatti Elimini just started his lap here. Let's see what he can do. We'll see if he's improving at the end of Sector 1 here. That's Jack, or no, that was Christian Severson, who was off in the grass there. But here he comes, Gatti Elimini, not improving quite yet. We'll see what he can do. He's still got 2 sectors to go here to see if he can find any time.
Yeah, what a lap from Jack Ward. I don't know if that's going to be pole just yet, but definitely he's going to be somewhere up there. As Dario Alamani, we'll see, he is up a 10th. But I don't know if it's going to gain many positions. Goes through a star, he looks pretty clean.
Yep.
And the run up towards the line, got to use as much ERS here as possible. I can see him using it, but he can't use all of it because the deploy is going to be used. Here comes Dario Alamani through these final corners. What will it be for the Sauber? Up to the line, it will be second. Just barely. Wow.
Just ahead of Dylan Fake, but I'm sure Dylan Fake will probably improve, although Dylan Fake's got to get out there here soon. Okay, yeah, he's heading out of the pits now, so he's going out the very last second, so he's definitely going to be the last car to make a lap as, Christian Severson, I believe, just started his final run here.
Oh, no.
What?
I think Lina Baranau, yeah.
He's probably going to have to cut some corners here. That's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to cut some corners to make it.
Yeah.
As here he comes. Yeah, he's going to cut the corners,
yeah.
He's got to make sure he doesn't impede. He's got to make sure he doesn't impede Christian Severson, though, because he's going to come up pretty quickly on him. As here we go. Christian Severson up a 10th. That would put him up to 4th if he stays just improving at 10th. I think he might improve more. The track is definitely ramping up as here we go, heading up through Lesmos and heading down the DRS straights here, heading up into Ascari. Let's see what Christian Severson can do in his return to the league. His last start was obviously Bahrain, we mentioned. He's lost a little bit of time in that second sector. As here he comes, heading up into the run into Parabolica. It's looking like Landon Baranau should. I don't know if he's gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it. Yeah,
wow.
He's definitely not. Man.
Christian Severson heads up out of Parabolica. What could Christian Severson do? Christian Severson goes 4th at a 1:18.7. There's Jonathan Hibbett heading up through Ascari.
Jonathan Hibbett. He is up. He can maybe get Landon Baranau. Billy Crager is improving, but it's probably going to stay P7 for him. Jonathan Hibbett up to these final corners. He struggled all season long to find the speed, but here we go in Monza qualifying. He goes out of the final corner. What can he get? It's looking like it's actually going to be a pretty good lap here.
That's a P3 just behind his Sauber teammate. But now all eyes are going to be on Dylan Fake after we see Billy Crager here. Billy Crager's going to be the next car over the line. Here we go. Yeah, he's improving by a lot here. What can the Alpine do here? Billy Crager, and then right behind him is Dylan Fake. He's improving by 2/10. It's going to be close for the pole position. But here we go. Here comes Billy Crager heading out of Parabolica. Let's see, where can Billy Crager go? As he heads up to the line, not enough to get any positions. But here goes Dylan Fake. Did he get it?
Yep, I think he did.
Dylan Fake gets pole position in Monza. Not sure by how much, but Dylan Fake goes to pole position as, by a 10th of a second. He gets a 1:18.2. Dylan Fake, top of the board here in Monza. You see results on your screen. Dylan Fake, top of the board. Then Jack Ward, Gatti Elimini, Jonathan Hibbett, Christian Severson, Landon Baranau, and Billy Crager.
Yep, that's what Dylan Fake needed to do, and he executed, and he will be on pole. In the turn 1, though, it's going to get really, really tight. What a qualifying that was. A lot of changing of positions. But, yeah.
Yep. the two guys that are trying to catch up to Royce Crown in the World Championship are 1 and 2 on the board. It's going to be interesting to see how these two handle it because both of them are wanting to try to go for this World Championship. And this could be a big shakeup with Royce Crown not being here. So, yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. But, I mean, there's also a chance for even maybe the Saubers to take it because they're 3rd and 4th. So, I wouldn't count out them. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this Italian Grand Prix goes.
Yeah, I just want to look at the points. So, if Dylan Fake wins and Jack Ward finishes 3rd or worse, Dylan Fake will overtake Jack Ward in the points. But if Dylan Fake wins and Jack Ward gets 2nd, Jack Ward will keep 2nd place in the standings by 1 point. Obviously, if Jack Ward wins, he will obviously keep 2nd in the standings. And if Jack Ward wins, I think that'll make it about a 41-point margin between him and Royce Crown, which really is only about 2 wins. And so, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
Yep. As apologies for that voice crack, but yeah, formation lap gets underway here. Dylan Fake in the Red Bull, starting on pole position. Let's see the tires here that everyone's on. Strategy is going to be interesting to see this race. As here you guys see the tires. Dylan Fake is one of the 3 that start on the mediums. Chris Steverson also on the mediums, same with Billy Kreger, while the rest of the field are on the hard compound tires, the Jack Ward, Getty Elimine, Jonathan Ibbett, and Linda Bear now. So, yeah, we'll see which strategy is going to be the better strategy. It'll definitely be interesting to see as, yeah, here's your possible race strategies on your screen. It's looking like definitely going to be a 2-stop race, I would imagine. So, yeah, we'll see.
I don't know.
Maybe not, though, yeah. That's what it says on the possible race strategies, but it's no guarantee that's what they're going to do.
We've said it's going to be a 2-stop so many times, so I don't really know. It's going to be interesting. I definitely think some drivers are going to attempt the 1-stop, but I don't know if it'll be faster. Yep. The new F125 update obviously came out this week. I don't know why I'm talking about it, but obviously I think it's fixed a lot of themes. I also can see some differences on some of the themes, but anyways, everyone gets lined up.
Yep. I'm going to experiment with not having the thing on, the board on for the start. Just want to see how that would go. But anyways, here we go. Everyone lines up on the grid here. As all right, here we go. As everyone lines up on the grid, as here we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights down, away we go. The Italian Grand Prix is underway. As here we go. Good start from both the front row. As Dylan Fake gets out to the lead. As here comes the Sauber looking on the outside of the Aston Martin. Can't get there. Here comes, that's a big shot. That's the, as Dylan Fake takes the runoff. As, yeah, he's got to get those places back. As here we go. Now Jack Ward takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix. Sauber gets up to both cars up to the podium places. I'm not sure which one that is, but here we go in second. But here we go. Jack Ward heads up into the second chicane, leading the field. As here we go, as they head out of the second chicane. That was a big moment, though, from Landon Bear. Now that puts him all the way down in 7th because he missed the first chicane. He was lucky he didn't take anyone with him, though. As, yeah, Jack Ward leads the field over Gaddy Elimine, then Dylan Fake and Jonathan Ibbett.
Yeah, that was a chaotic start. Billboards were flying, braid markers were flying, and I'm kind of with Dylan Fake, kind of do what Max Verstappen did this season, but Dylan Fake had to give the spot back to side-by-side for Ascari. No one backs out Dylan
That is bold. That is bold to make a move right there. And Ascari, he takes second place after running wide in the first chicane, and now Dylan Fake is on the hunt to try to get Jack Ward.
These two drivers at the top of the field are fighting to get back into the World Championship fight with Royce Brown, so we know they're not going to be playing nice. Jack Ward sets the fast lap, obviously, and down his front straightaway. They're starting to pull away from the field as there's moves being made back there, but in the turn 1, it will be Jack Ward. Whoa, more locking up. Oh, contact from the Salvers, but everyone keeps it clean for the most part.
Oh, Gaddy Elmany did not get a good first chicane there. He's now under attack from his teammate. No, here comes Christian Severson round the outside on the Curva Grande. He goes to the outside of both Salvers. Here he comes to the inside of, oh no, they touch. That's Christian Severson and Gaddy Elmany split off the road as now Christian Severson falls all the way down to last place. Just too aggressive of a move, and now Christian Severson all the way down to 7th as now Salver 3rd and 4th with now the top 2 have broken away from the field after that collision.
Yeah, just too bold from Christian Severson. Just not where you want to make a move, and that was almost exactly like the crash we saw in real life between Science and I forgot the other driver. Was it Ollie Behrman? I don't know who it was, but
yeah, it was.
Yeah, that very similar, but yeah. Tough fight for Christian Severson, but he's already catching back up to the Trader, so I think he'll be fine. DRS is going to be enabled for Dylan Thage. He's probably going to make the move down the front stretch. Here he comes. He's gaining. The fastest speed we see almost in Formula 1 as he goes to the outside, and he makes the move, and it's
Whoa! That was a big lockout from Dylan Thake. He takes the lead, but he's sliding off the first chicane. Here comes Jack Ward with a run now, heading up through the Curva Grande. Not gonna be there for a move though, but he's still gonna be in that DRS range while Dylan Thake charges at that ERS. Will there be a move here? No. Jack Ward does not go for a move. Doesn't do what his teammate did of Christian Severson, but heading up through the Lesbo corners as lap 3 here as Jack Ward struggles in that dirty air, but he's going to have the DRS to help him out here as here we go heading down the straightaway. DRS open for Jack Ward as still I don't know if the Red Bull's charging up ERS or he's running low on ERS, but yeah, Jack Ward gained it and the DRS is now Christian Severson after that spin gets up to 6th place. Gets ahead of Billy Kreger, and now he sets his sight onto Lando Barra now. But yeah, here comes Jack Ward in the slipstream. Had a look into Parabolica, wasn't able to get there though. As now he gets 30 through Parabolica, but he's gonna have the DRS heading up down the front stretch here. Could he do what Dylan Thake did to him? He pulls to the outside, and Jack Ward takes the lead of the Italian Grand Prix once again.
It just doesn't seem like Dylan Thake. It just doesn't look very stable at all in the heavy braking zones. Like turn 1, he's just sliding a lot. That's really costing him time. I don't think he's gonna fall out of DRS range, but it definitely could be close. Dylan Thake seems to be struggling with his car a little bit. But yeah, Jack Ward, Dylan Thake showing at it. Jonathan Hibbett all by himself in 3rd, having probably his best run of the season. And then you have his teammates trailing behind. Everyone's pretty much spread out except for these 2 leaders. And yeah, lap 4. This is a pretty quick Grand Prix. It's not a very long track. It's only 27 laps, but yep, DRS is going to be enabled for Dylan Thake, but I don't think he's going to have enough into Ascari.
Yep, as here we go. Heading up, into Ascari. You gotta wonder if those mediums are starting to fall off also. That could be an issue too, if that's the case. But as here we go. Lap 4 here, heading on to lap 5. Dylan Thake's gonna have a slipstream all the way down into Parabolica. Now he has the dirty air through Parabolica though, but he's gonna have the DRS to help him out. Just like Jack Ward had, it might go back and forth between these top 2 because here comes Dylan Thake. Jack Ward sets the fastest lap on those hards, but here comes Dylan Thake. Here he comes, heading up into turn 1. Will there be a send? No. The Red Bull stays behind the Aston Martin as Jack Ward keeps the lead here in Italy, but we'll see for how long because Dylan Thake still seems pretty fast.
Gotta be concerning for Dylan Thake. I know it's obviously lap 4 or lap 5, but he's on better tires and he can't seem to get around Jack Ward. So we'll see what he can do. He is gaining though, but yeah, it just seems like he kind of has to take some of these corners a bit timid because it just seems like his car snaps. But I don't know, might be me. But yep, through here, Jack Ward. Oh, that's a big run for Dylan Thake. He got a big run through there. But it's the exit speed of Jack Ward seems much better. He's got a huge run up into Ascari. I don't think he's going to take it though. Yeah, no, he will not. Up through Ascari, lap 5. This race going by pretty quickly.
Yep. You gotta wonder, maybe Dylan Fink is on maybe he's on a lower downforce setup. That could be also a thing. Maybe that's why he's struggling through the lower speed corners. That could be why, also part of the reason why he's struggling for grip. I'm not sure, but yeah, as heading on to lap 6, here comes Dylan Fink, right behind the Aston Martin, a lot closer than he was a lap before. As here comes Dylan Fink, will there be a move heading up into turn 1? Maybe not. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be a move. So, yeah, Jack Ward stays in the lead. But, yeah, Dylan Fink really trying to find a way around him. But, I mean, those mediums are going to start to fall off here shortly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a race of strategy till the end, kind of how Imola was. In Imola, we saw Royce Crown. Oh, that's a big lockup. Oh, gosh, that was a big mistake.
Whoa!
Dylan Fink sliding around. But like I was saying, in Imola, we saw Royce Crown lead them into the pit stop. And actually, no, Dylan Fink hit like a few laps earlier than Royce Crown.
Oh, that's a mistake. Yeah, it's a mistake from Jack Ward. As now here comes Dylan Fink, but can he get it? Will he take it into Ascari just like he did on lap 1? No, he can't.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I can't even. It's so much mistakes. I can't even finish my sentence. But yeah, Royce Crown led them into the pits. Jack Ward did the undercut about by 2 or 3 laps, and he got out to like a 4, 5, maybe 3-second lead. Royce Crown gained on him, and then we eventually had a late race safety car, and Royce Crown was able to take the lead. But the undercut was huge at Imola. We'll see how it is here in Monza.
Yes, here comes Dylan Fink. Got a good run out of Parabolica. Will there be a move heading up into turn 1? Here he comes, gaining. Heading up into turn 1. Doesn't take it, though. Yeah, I think the Rebel might just be waiting to make that move as, yeah, lap 7 here. I do want to mention the Sauber of Jonathan Hibbett has gotten up to 3rd over Gadi Elimini. Gadi Elimini has just been kind of struggling. Now he's under attack from Landon Baranow. It's just the race pace does not look like it's there for that Sauber. It looks pretty good for Jonathan Hibbett. So yeah, we'll see what he can do. But he's still kind of losing time to the leaders. These top 2 just seem like the fastest cars here tonight or here today.
Missed that. I thought Jonathan Hibbett was in 3rd. I must have missed.
He might have been actually.
I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, Jonathan Hibbett. Gadi Elimini's still in DRS range, but yeah, both Saubers running very well. They did a big chunk of points for the team as Elimini hit the curve a little bit. He's got Landon Baranow right on his tail. Landon Baranow starting to pick up the pace. He had a decent start to qualifying, but he could not make a final run, so that kind of killed the start of his race, obviously. But yeah, he's much quicker than Gadi Elimini right now, as Jack Ward is also starting to pull away. It's actually Dylan Fink into the pit.
Oh yeah, Dylan Fink, a little early. Maybe those meetings are starting to go away. I also do want to point out that was my mistake. Yeah, Jonathan Hibbett was still at 3rd, so yeah, or he was always at 3rd. But okay, there's a little bit of lag right there. All right, yeah, Dylan Fink comes into the pits. He goes on to the hard compound tire. Might be his only stop tonight, but he has a long way.
That really that threw me off. I would think they're doing a 2-stop now. They're putting on the hard. I'm not sure. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to Japan almost. I think Dylan Fink maybe is trying to get the undercut right now. That's gonna be interesting to see. But yeah, Jack Ward has no pressure now. As also Jonathan Hibbett down. I don't know what happened. He got passed both by Gadi Elimini and Landon Baranow. He's down to 4th. So it would be, I think, 5th originally. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, Gadi Elimini now up to 2nd, but Landon Baranow on his tail. I'm not sure what happened though to Jonathan Hibbett. Must have missed that, but here we go. Yeah, lap 9 here in the Italian Grand Prix. Here comes Landon Baranow. It's a big run on the Sauber. Here comes the Williams looking for 2nd place. So probably provisional 3rd though. Here comes Landon Baranow. Late move heading up into turn 1. As will he be able to complete the pass? side by side. Oh, contact! They're over the barrier! The Williams and the Sauber, they made contact, and now Jonathan Hibbett gets back up. The second is now Getty Elmany retires the session. I'm not sure. I don't know if that was from that crash or if it was on purpose, but Gaddy Elmany, it was on purpose. Yeah, he did it himself. He retires on track as, but Landon Barrow stays in third, he stayed in third, but, that is a mistake that probably took both Landon Barrow and obviously Gaddy Elmany out of contention.
Yeah, that was, we've said it dozens of times. You don't retire on track, obviously it's on purpose. You can't really control if you retire on track on accident, but yeah, Daddy Elmany retires on track. So, anyways, Jack Ward now leads by even bigger margin. I don't really know, we're gonna have to review that incident. It kind of just seemed like Daddy Elmany was trying to clear Baranow and he just wasn't.
Yeah. If that was
sorry.
lap
10, but yeah.
If that was a safety car, that would have been absolutely tragic for the Red Bull of Dylan Thate, because obviously he might not be able to complete the undercut. He sets a fast lap of the race though. Dylan Thate is flying out there on the hards. Obviously on the new hards, he's coming up to the back of the Alpine of Billy Kreger's. Sent a little deep there. Not an ideal corner for Dylan Thate, but he still is very quick. And if assuming we get no safety cars, it's definitely gonna get a huge undercut on Jack Ward.
Yeah, I think this could be a good strategy for Dylan Thate. Actually, I don't know. I from my personal experience playing the F1 games, sometimes for me, when I got, it's just a tire for me. That's why I'm so slow, and I get onto a new tire, and I'm a lot quicker. I don't know. That's just me. I think that's what's happening to Dylan Thate, because he is absolutely rapid right now, and he's easily going to pass Jack Ward by a huge margin if he passes Billy Kreger there. But yeah, up to fourth. He's 9 seconds back from Landon Barrow now, however. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. He's just, honestly, he could maybe try to bring those tires home to the end, but it's definitely gonna have take a lot of management on a lap 11. I think Jack Ward might be doing a one stop, but he's doing it a lot later. Jonathan Hibbett.
Yep, Jonathan Hibbett and Landon Barrow now coming to the pits. I would assume Landon Barrow would repair his front wing here, maybe. And he still seemed actually not bad though, as Dylan Thate obviously undercuts both of those two. So Dylan Thate up to second, Billy Kreger third because he's yet to pit. Christian Severson sets the fast lap of the race. So that's a really fast lap. Let's see what tire he's on. He's on the hards also. So that's interesting to see. Christian Severson after that. In the first few laps that he had that collision, he's still really quick, and if we get a safety car, he can definitely be in contention probably for this race win. But not really looking likely we're gonna get a safety car, but you never know what can happen here at the Temple of Speed here at Monza.
Yeah, the hards look rapid for these guys. Can't talk. Christian Severson undercut both Landon Barrow and Jonathan Hibbett, or he wasn't even really close to. And Jonathan Hibbett and Landon Barrow now onto the mediums. This is actually going to be a two-stop race, I'd imagine, at least for everyone that's pit. I'm not sure, though, for Jack Ward and Billy Kreger, but this is definitely going to be a two-stop race.
I'm getting the feeling that Jack Ward might be trying to go for a one-stop. This might actually play out a little bit like Bahrain if he is going for that one stop, but obviously I think he has a little bit more of an advantage right now than he did at Bahrain, so we'll see if he goes for that. I'm not sure. He obviously started on the hards. He might want to be concerned though when he goes on the mediums, because those mediums don't seem like the optimal tire right now. The hards seem very quick right now, so we'll see. But Jack Ward heads out of the Lesmos not chicane, but Lesmo corners, as Dylan Thate is just now heading up into the Lesmos, while Jack Ward heads up into Astoria. That's the gap for reference, 16 seconds. So if Jack Ward pits now, the Red Bull is going to be really far ahead. So Yeah, I
Oh
would
my
get the
god.
feeling. I would get the feeling that Jack Ward would want to go for this one stop.
My goodness, Jack. Dylan Tate just staying about half a second through a sector there. Yeah, he's absolutely rapid. Um, yeah, Jack Ward obviously at Bahrain. He did the, I forgot if he did a one stop or two stop.
One stop.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He obviously, sadly, lost the race to David Albon just barely. If he had one more lap, he probably would have got him. But speaking of David Albon, he actually has retired from racing from Formula Allegiant. The pass being made. Jonathan Hibbett actually passed with Christian Severson. So Jonathan Hibbett looks pretty fast, but
Yeah. Oh, but here.
Oh.
Here he comes back at him here as, yeah, here comes Christian Severson going to get back around the Sauber with that DRS. And, yeah, Christian Severson back up to 4th here, but it's going to be a good battle between these two.
Yeah, going back to what I was saying, yeah, David Albon is actually, he's still part of this league, though. He's now a steward. So David Albon, who we thought was going to win the championship this season, I've heard he's not a huge fan of the game, so he has decided to be a steward, and he also is pretty busy on Friday night. So yeah, David Albon, I don't think anyone really knows that on YouTube or who's watching it, if anyone is. So yeah, David Albon will not be racing. That's why Christian Severson has his seat. But yeah, the guy in the Aston Martin seat, Christian Severson, trying to fend off Jonathan Hibbett for P4, but Jonathan Hibbett seems pretty fast. Lane Baranow, I'm not sure what is happening to him. He lost a huge amount of time to Jonathan Hibbett, unfortunately. But yeah.
I believe he might have repaired his front wing. Yeah, he did. So that's probably what happened there. He just repaired his front wing, and yeah, that's what put him at a big setback. But here comes Jonathan Hibbett. Will he make it move into Parabolica once again? He does. He pulls to the outside as yeah, Jonathan Hibbett gets up into 4th again, but he's going to be in trouble with this DRS. I mean, actually, maybe not. He might have enough of a gap here as yeah, Christian Severson, we'll see. He's going to gain in that DRS though and slipstream. As here we go. It might look a lot like a lap ago because here comes Christian Severson back to the inside of Jonathan Hibbett. And oh wait, they're still side by side. And it got bit to the chicane. Hopefully this doesn't end like how Getty Elmany and Lenny Bear now. It does not end up like that. They keep it clean as they head up into the Curva Grande. Christian Severson stays in 4th position. But yeah, I think the Sauber is going to want to get this move done in a different spot than Parabolica because, yeah, if he makes the move in Parabolica, Chris Severson's probably just going to get him back on the straightaway, so he's got to probably rethink where he's going to make this pass. I'd probably wait for the front stretch while it's him.
Yeah, Jonathan Hibbett's probably not happy with Christian Severson because he knows he's quicker, and Christian Severson's just getting in with the DRS and earning both of their tires. Jonathan Hibbett into a Scari, getting close.
Oh!
Quite. It doesn't go for it. He was looking, but not a smart move. Yep, and as we head up towards straightaway into Parabolica, well, he's going to try to make the move again, it looks like. But
yeah.
if he can stay back enough to get the DRS and the detection, I don't know if he did.
Yeah, I don't know, but he gets the move done into Parabolica. Here comes Christian Severson, though. He's even closer than he was a lap before. As here he comes, looking inside. Who got the DRS? It is Christian Severson that got the DRS. It's also Billy Kruger is into the pit lane. So now it's a battle for the podium places as Christian Severson gets back up to 3rd. Yeah, I think just, yeah, John Limbett's going to have to rethink where he's going to make it this fast. It's 3 laps in a row. It's from the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I recall last season, but I think me and Sam Lewis were playing DRS games at the front in that same spot in the Parabolica. I think I let him by and hit the DRS, and then he did the next lap. Definitely a spot where you don't really want to be ahead in if you're battling, but yeah, Billy Kruger pits. He's going to be on a 1-stop for sure. Jack Ward is yet to pit, but Jack Ward, I don't know if I see this really working out too well for Jack Ward. I don't know.
I mean, at this point, he might be able to stretch a 2-stop here. I mean, yeah, sorry, 1-stop. But yeah, here he comes into the pit lane. This is going to be a huge undercut here. Oh, no! Dylan Thick spins off of Parabolica. What a save for Dylan Thick. But now, this isn't going to be as good of an undercut on Jack Ward. Still going to be an undercut. But what a save from the Red Bull. He's lucky he did not go around right there. But yeah, that was a big moment there as Dylan Thick takes the Italian Grand Prix. But now this strategy might just work for Jack Ward just from that mistake.
Easy to do. off parabolic. I did it on the curb, and it kind of makes your car go straight, and you have to correct it. But man,
Yeah, now it's 12 seconds, 13 seconds the gap between the Red Bull and the Aston Martin, which if Jack Ward goes for a two-stop here, he will most likely win this race. I think Don't Think's going to have to pit here pretty soon, so yeah, because I don't think he's going to stretch those hards to the end because he pit all the way back in lap 9, so yeah, but if Don't Think can stay out on those hards, he'll probably he'll probably win the race, but yeah, still got to keep in mind though, Jack Ward probably will be gaining a lot though on those fresh tires. I would assume, is on the mediums. Yes, he's on the mediums. So, yeah, Jack Ward on the medium compound tire. He's going to gain a lot on the short run. Might lose a little bit later on, but probably by the time he starts losing time, Dylan Thake's going to have to come into the pits.
He's
yeah.
Now.
He comes into the pits. Now this is going to be interesting. I think I could see this really working out for Jack Ward, as Jack Ward now gets the undercut. As yeah, Dylan Think heading out of the pit lane. Jack Ward looking good here to maybe get this race win, as Dylan Think falls all the way down to 4th. He might fall down to 5th here as he heads out of pit lane. This could be close between the Williams and the Red Bull. Here comes the Williams. Not going to be able to get there as, yeah, Dylan Think heads out of the pits on the hards once again. This is going to be really interesting. I think that big moment of Parabolica might have just killed his tires enough to where he couldn't go many more laps.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping is I'm bamboozled by this call from Dylan Think. Makes no sense to me because I mean, he's just not going to make up how many, like 15, no, I think like 10 seconds. I just don't see that happening. This is not good. And also, Christian Severson is gaining on Jack Ward, and he's on much worse tires. Christian Severson, I don't know if he'll be able to catch up, but you never know. Jonathan Hibbett's out of the DRS range of Christian Severson, so that helps Severson more. But he also has to go 10 more laps, and I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, just for reference, yeah, Jack Ward on the mediums here. Let's see what his lap time is here. It's probably tells us who's probably the fastest car on track. I guess Dylan Think might be, but yeah, 1:21.9 there for Jack Ward, while Christian Severson sets a 1:23.4. I don't know what happened in that lap, but I think I think the hards are probably just falling off at this point. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to gain that much. I think Jack Ward probably just had to get the tires warmed up because now, yeah, he's starting to pull away on those fresh medium tires. He's just got 10 laps to go here before he can hopefully be crowned the Italian Grand Prix winner here at Season 2.
Yeah, that one slide, sorry, that one slide from Dylan Think very well come back to fight him in the championship later this season. If he does, in fact, catch up to Royce Brown, or even that could cost him a P2 in the championship. As we're kind of past the halfway point of the year, starting to enter the final few weeks of the season. Still got about 2 months left, but yeah, Jack Ward, or oh my gosh, Dylan Think is in the RS range of Jonathan Hibbett. He's probably going to get him down the front stretch, maybe even in a Parabolica, but I don't think that's going to be smart. As Jonathan Hibbett going defensive. Don't think.
Oh, the DRS games. Oh, that's going to be a little late. That was a little late to play the DRS games there, I believe. As, yeah, I think Dylan Think still got the DRS as he head out of Parabolica. Did he get it? No, he actually did. Oh, wait. I don't think he did, but anyways, Jonathan Hibbett went into the pit lane. Landon Barrett also in the pit, so these guys on the 2-stop. I'd assume maybe Christian Severson probably also on the 2-stop because he pit I believe he pit the same lap as Dylan Think. So that's gonna be interesting if he can if he goes to that 2-stop. But yeah, as Sauber rejoins the track in 5th, while Landon Barrett now rejoins him in 6th.
Yeah, Jack Ward is absolutely around. Gosh, I don't know why he's saying Dylan Think is absolutely rapid right now. He might get DRS with Christian Severson before even the front stretch. He easily will. He didn't get it that time. but he almost did. Dylan Fake is putting the pressure on Christian Severson. I think Dylan Fake, I don't think he'll be able to catch up to Jack Ward, but you never know. Just Jack Ward still has to go a decent amount of time on those mediums. Dylan Fake catching up. It's a 1-2 for Aston Martin, which we saw at Bahrain, which is still to this day the only team 1-2 in Formula Allegiant Grand Prix history, which it's hard to believe. But yep, here comes Dylan Fake. Severson is gonna pit.
Severson into the pit lane here, a lot later than what Dylan Thake did, obviously. But now the hunt is on for Dylan Thake on that two-stop strategy. Can he make up 8 seconds on those hards? They're on relatively the same tires. Dylan Thake only pit a lap later than Jack Ward. But the thing is, he's on the hards, which have proven to be the better tire this race. Because I don't know why, but it's just been probably the better tire, probably been more comfortable for the drivers, and it does wear a little bit less than those mediums, so we'll see. Maybe later in the race, I think Dylan Thake, I would not count him out, but 8 seconds still a lot to make up here.
Also want to mention Billy Prager. He's on 5-lap old medium. Hard. He's 6 seconds ahead of Severson, which seems like a lot, but I think Severson can gain, but if he doesn't, Billy Prager is on pace to get a podium in Monza, which I'm not shocked about because he just is the master of saving his tires and managing his stuff till the end. But Severson's gaining a lot, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. The battle for the lead, it's not really gaining a whole lot. Dylan Fake, maybe if
he kind of has. He's gaining like a second, I think, that lap. He's gaining a lot. Oh, here he comes. Yeah, that's yes. It was about 8.2 seconds the lap before. He gained a whole second that lap, I think. I don't know what happened with Jack Ward, but yeah.
If he keeps this pace, it's going to equal out to around the final lap where he's going to be able to pass or get to Jack Ward. This could turn out just like Bahrain, but this time in favor of Jack Ward. But we'll have to see if they can get a better pace or have worse pace than what he's running. As the gap is nearing under 7 seconds for Dylan Fake. This will be a great drive for Dylan Fake after the strategy, and his race kind of went the wrong way after that slide. If he can come back and get the victory, and he's gaining 5 tenths. He is rapid through the first first two sectors. It's 6.4, and this is going to be interesting. I think he definitely might actually catch Jack Ward.
I don't really know what's happening to Jack Ward. I mean, maybe he's running low on ERS. That could be a factor here. I mean, it's about 6 seconds. I don't know how Jack Ward's losing this much time. That's got to be concerning for the Aston Martin as he heads on to lap 22 here. It'll be 6 laps to go. Here at Monza, 5 seconds the gap. Dylan Fake is on the charge here. For reference here, let's see if it shows. It doesn't even show what lap he ran, but he's got to be running really fast laps here in Monza. He lost a little bit on entry, but he's been focusing on that exit speed, and yeah, he gets the power down, and that just helps him all down the straightaways. And yeah, 5.6 seconds the gap, about where it was when the lap started. The Jack Ward's got to get picking up the pace here. He only has 6 laps here. He's just got to hang on.
He gained. Jack Ward pulled away, I should say. He pulled away a little bit. It was a rough first sector for Dylan Fake. But this is where Dylan Fake just gains a ton with these corners. And yep, gained 2-3 tenths almost. But yeah, wow. Dylan Fake, what a drive he is putting on, but you don't want to be wearing out the tires too much. But yeah, now under 5 seconds.
Holy cow! Yeah, he is gaining fast. Yeah, we'll see what the British driver can do. Could he come home with the Italian Grand Prix win? Did he win Imola?
Who?
Don't think.
No.
No. Who won? I'm just curious.
Royce Crown.
Oh yeah, Royce Crown. I forgot. Yeah. But yeah, Dylan Fake, he did win both Silverstone races. So it'd be his the second win in 3 races. So yeah, we'll see what Dylan Thate can do here. What will he do to win the Italian Grand Prix? 3.9 seconds the gap. This is looking great for Dylan Thate here to get this win. Oh, as Jack Ward ran a little bit wide there, touched the gravel. That's going to lose him a little bit of time as, yeah, probably lost him a good 10 through 2 right there. Is heading up through the Lesmos. Oh yeah, Dylan Thate really pushing the limits here, trying to catch up to the Aston Martin. Oh, but that's a little mistake from Dylan Thate there. He's gonna lose a little bit of time here as he heads up into Ascari. Yeah, Jack Ward is he's definitely feeling the pressure here with that Rebel catching up.
Yeah, I just got a thing from F125. It showed the tire comparison from Dylan Thate, but it's comparing with Billy Frater, so that doesn't really do a whole lot.
Oh.
But yeah, I just it's second and third. But yeah, Dylan Thate, he's gaining, but it's gonna be really close to the end. 4 laps to go in Monza.
Yep, but here we go. 4 laps to go here. 3 seconds the gap here, 3.1 seconds. This gap is shrunken down from 8.2 seconds at around lap, I believe, like lap 20. And yeah, this gap is shrunk down a ton. 3.3 seconds, 3.2 seconds as Jack Ward heads out of Curva Grande. Same with Dylan Thate is heading up into the second chicane. This Red Bull is on fire right now. He's gone through most of the field here, and now he's trying to get up to the lead here and try to win this Italian Grand Prix. Yeah, he had that slide here. Without that slide, he would easily be in the lead right now and winning this race. But now he's trying to make up for that mistake because he definitely lost those 3 seconds that he's trying to make up now with that slide he had out of Parabolica. And yeah, he's definitely recovering though from that mistake. But will it be enough to win this race?
It's just he's gaining, but it's not like a huge amount. He's got to get into DRS, I think, within 2 to go, because it's just going to be tough if he gets on the last lap. There's not a lot of overtaking zones, but 3 laps to go for Jack Ward. Can he hang on? Dylan Thate gaining. I think he's deploying his DRS. He's going to get almost to 2 seconds into turn 1. What a rebound from Dylan Thate.
Oh, lock up there.
Oh, yeah, he's still got a little bit to go. And slide. He didn't lose a whole lot.
Yeah, he didn't lose a lot there. I feel like he's managing his ERS just a little bit better than Jack Ward. Also, that could be part of it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. He's been about a second a lap faster than Jack Ward, but we'll see. This is almost shades of Sam Lewis with Dylan Thate's pace right now. We'll see though if he can close this race off. Can he get this win here in Italy? This is also crucial for the championship because yeah, obviously still if Jack Ward finishes second, he'll still keep second in the championship, but it won't be by much. And both of these guys want to gain as much points as they can to Royce Crown, who missed this race here today. Both these drivers trying to catch up to Royce Crown in the championship. It's 1 second the gap as we head on to 2 laps to go. He is gaining a ton, not quite in DRS range that time, but it's going to be interesting on the final lap. He's definitely going to have DRS down the front. He might have DRS this lap later in the lap. As here we go, 2 laps to go here in Monza. He is in DRS range. He actually got the DRS that time.
Wow. I don't know how. I think it might have just been a delay from the leaderboard because he was nowhere near DRS, or not nowhere near, but he definitely didn't get it for me. But yeah, he's right to the back of Jack Ward. What a rebound from Dylan Thate. 2 laps to go. He's gaining a lot, but he's going to have to wait a little bit to actually make a move, as Christian Severson is probably going to Billy Frater for P3. Billy Frater, astonishing tire saving, but I don't know if it's going to result in a podium as a mistake from Jack Ward. And now, yeah, Christian Severson passes, but here comes Dylan Thate.
Here we go.
He shines.
Yeah, through the Lesmos, ran a little wide in that dirty air. Yeah, Jack Ward just needs to hang on for a lap and a half here in Monza. He's got to give that Red Bull the dirty air, but the Red Bull is going to be charging with that DRS. He's got so much more pace than Jack Ward. Really trying an Ascari. He does not try an Ascari. As heading up through here and heading up into Parabolica, they're both going to be charging up this their ERS here as much as they can here for this final lap. They want to have as much as they can as yeah, the Red Bull gets the slipstream. Doesn't make the move here though. He's probably gonna get on the front stretch. As here we go, hey, through Parabolica. He's gonna get the dirty air, but he has so much more pace. I think he might get it on this last lap. This is gonna come down to one final lap here in Monza. Who's gonna be crowned the winner? Is it gonna be Jack Ward or will it be Dylan Think? Here comes Dylan Think around the outside of Jack Ward. He clears him before the corner. Will Jack Ward have a look? He can't get there. Dylan Think, what a drive. He's gotten up to the lead of the race, but it's still, we have about a lap left to go here. Can will Jack Ward have anything to say about it? As heading up to the Curva Grande, heading up into the second chicane. Here he comes. He makes the move into the second chicane. Can he get there? No, he cannot get there. As heading up to the Lesmos. This has been where the Red Bull has been so good, and yeah, it's looking like this is gonna go in the way of the Red Bull. As here we go, as yellow flag, sector 1. That's Billy Kreger who spun. Billy Kreger now is looking like yeah, Billy Kreger. I think he's still gonna keep fourth position, but yeah, Dylan Think. He made that mistake through Parabolica, but he still rebounded. He gained 8.2 seconds in about 7 laps time. What a drive this has been from Dylan Think. And Dylan Think, the British driver, heads through Parabolica. And Dylan Think heads out of Parabolica. Dylan Think wins the Italian Grand Prix. What a drive from the Red Bull. Bravo to Dylan Think. Jack Ward finishes in second. Heartbreak for Jack Ward, who probably thought he had that race win in the bag after that mistake from Dylan Think. But Dylan Think said he will not give up, and he got the race win. But yeah, as Christian Severson has through Parabolica, it's going to be a double podium for Aston Martin. For probably the first time. Oh, no, there's contact through Parabolica. They slide through Parabolica as Landon Barrow is going to finish in P5. Jonathan Hibbett with that big slide. He finishes in 6th as, yeah, that will do it from the Italian Grand Prix. What a race. Holy cow.
Yeah, he got way too aggressive there in the Parabolica. And yeah.
Yeah, what a race. Here's the podium. Holy cow, I'm about to lose my voice, but here is your awards. Race winner, fast lap and driver of the day goes to Dylan Think, while the most overtakes goes to Landon Barrow. As, yeah, here is your results. Dylan Think wins the Italian Grand Prix. That's Jack Ward, Christian Severson, Billy Kreger, Landon Barrow, Jonathan Hibbett, and Gadi Alamany, who unfortunately retired early from the Grand Prix. But, yep. Assuming you're not going to do interviews, Maddox.
Yeah, no, what a race. And Monza, my goodness. Oh, Monza always puts on a show, and we'll see everybody next week for the Dutch Grand Prix and the Dutch Reverse, the final reverse race. I'm sure that's going to be pretty chaotic as well. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to go ahead. My goodness. You're going to hear me clear my throat a little bit because I just... Goodness, that was a great race in Italy. Came down to one final lap between the top two. What a drive from Dylan Think there. But yeah, let's go ahead and hear from the drivers here in Italy.
Who is this now? Was it Jonathan or Landon? I forgot he's a Sauber or not.
It was Gaudio.
No,
There is one. There's only two Saubers. There's Johnny and him. I'm a Williams.
Oh, Johnny. How do you like the strategy?
Biblical.
All right.
Yeah,
I couldn't do
strategy.
anything to combat it.
Let's go ahead and start interviews here. All right. Let me get the results, but I do know we're gonna be starting here with Jonathan Hibbett. So yeah, Jonathan Hibbett, you ready?
As always, sir.
So yeah, Jonathan Hibbett, you had a pretty good qualifying, but unfortunately, just kind of fell down the order throughout the race, and unfortunately finished in sixth place after that crazy final lap move with this landing pair now for P5. So yeah, just walk me through your race and how to go for you guys.
Well, I felt like we built the setup primarily for qualifying. I was running a 3-0, which was able to have me planted, especially through corners like Parabolica and the Lesmos. But yeah, I just feel like we had extensive tire wear than we needed to on the left rear tire. But yeah, had some great battles today with Yadiel, Elbear, but on the last lap through Parabolica, I just wanted to send him. I thought I had a gap, and I kind of wanted him to move over, um, so I can, just make a cinematic move. But um, in that same moment, the left rear blew. So
Oh.
yeah, it just sucks. But things happen. I haven't been on much of a good season this year, and yeah, it's just been lackluster for me. I've been very fatigued lately. Just haven't been in the right headspace, so I'm trying to better that as well as just better the race pace.
Yep. So we have Netherlands coming up next with obviously a reverse race, their final reverse race of the season. So how do you think you'll do in the reverse and the forwards race?
Forward, I should fare pretty well. I've usually been solid around there, but reverse, especially with that wall that like juts out a lot, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, whoever hits that, you're dead on impact. You just Dan Weldon yourself.
Pro.
So, um, so basically, if I don't hit that wall and I just keep it on the track, I think I should do pretty well in both. Maybe just keep it top five. I'm not anticipating high hopes because I'm not somebody who does that. I just keep my expectations right where they're at, and hopefully meet those expectations. So P5 or better.
Yep. We'll go ahead and move on to Landon Bear now, who finishes in the
Yep.
fifth position. So you ready?
Yep.
So yeah, you come on with a fifth place finish after not making it to the line in your final run in qualifying. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but overall still wasn't terrible. You did have a collision with Gaddy Elimini. Um,
Yep.
yeah, about I don't know what lap it was, but yeah. So yeah,
Lap 8.
just walk me through that race from your perspective.
Had speed. We was top four all throughout qualifying. Just did not have a shot to get a final round in because the timer ran off on me as soon as I got to a line. So we're starting it in the back. Then I go in. I have to get in the grass to avoid it, hitting everybody in turn one because I misjudged everybody's braking zone. My fault there. So I went from dead last, and I caught all the way up to fourth or whatever it was with the stupid Sauber, and then Sauber's making stupid moves. He's taking different lines on corner exit and whatnot to try to. I'm faster than him, and then he takes me and Johnny three wide for some odd reason.
the previous lap before our incident for some odd reason. I don't know why. Holds me up even more. Then we get around the next lap, and then he just absolutely sends me into the wall in turn two. That killed my race because I had a broken wing at that point. Um, and then I was lucky enough to catch back up to Johnny on lap 26 and fight up for him for it. But nothing I can really do. Nothing went our way today. Hopefully for good luck next week.
Yep. So yeah, we have Netherlands coming up next to the first weekend. So how do you think you'll do in both races?
Reverse, I'll be fine. I believe I'll be a P3 contender because it seems like I'm a reverse track merchant. I like to call myself if everything can go according to plan. The tricky part will be both races is going to be where you qualify because you can't hardly pass on that track. So it's you got to have a good qualifying result to be able to have a good race unless you can do some pit strategies and whatnot.
Yep. Um, so yeah, we'll go ahead and move on to it would be Christian Severson. So yeah, Christian Severson, you ready?
Yeah.
So yeah, first of all, welcome back to the league. You finish in on the podium here in your return. You bring home third place for Aston Martin, and you secure a double podium for Aston Martin. So yeah, just walk me through your race from your perspective, and what was it like returning back to Formula Allegiant?
Uh, it was a pretty good race. I guess we had a bad start, especially with Gaddy. He did like a Carlos Sainz, Oliver Behrman situation on, I think it was lap 7, just ruined the rears. I think we were at like 50% by then, and then just had a good strategy, good pushing and good defending. But it was fun to be back. Always fun to do some racing here.
Yep. So yeah, we have Netherlands coming up next. Obviously, also a reverse weekend. So how do you think you'll do in your first reverse race of the season, and also the regular Netherlands Grand Prix?
What Landon said, it's going to be a really qualifying track. Dirty air there's pretty bad. Not that many overtaking spots. Kind of a tight track. So yeah, just need to kind of get the quality lap in and good strategy, and just hope for the best from that.
Yep. Alright. We'll go ahead. Okay. We'll go ahead and move on to Jack Ward, who finishes in the second position. So Jack Ward, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah, so you were in contention to win all day long. You were battling Dylan Thick pretty much for the win. You two were on different strategies though, and unfortunately the strategy you had just didn't quite work out. You did the one stop, and yeah, unfortunately got passed on the last lap. So what more do you think you could have done to get the race win? And yeah, just walk me through the race from your perspective also.
Uh, don't really know much more. Maybe push harder on the first set of tires and use them a bit more. I don't know. It was battle of tire wear. I was hoping he'd go longer on his second stint, but just gained a lot of time really fast, and then him getting DRS off a couple of guys helped, because like next thing you know, he's cut down 8/10 per DRS zone he gets, and that adds up to about 2 seconds, which I think is how much I lost by. But anyways, just yeah, protect the tires, maybe hit the gravel traps a little less. Other than that, not much more I can do. I mean, I went to puncture range on both.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, we have Netherlands coming up next with obviously reverse weekends. How do you think he'll do on both races? He obviously won Austria, and that was a reverse weekend. So do you think he can do the same with Netherlands?
No, Netherlands is one of my worst tracks, and then the reverse. I just hope I don't die at the reverse race, if I'm being honest, and then I guess fifth will be happy in either race. Yeah, I do not like Netherlands whatsoever.
Yep. All right. We'll go ahead and move on to your race winner, Dylan Thakes. So yeah, Dylan, Thake, you ready?
I am, yes, I am.
So yeah, first of all, a great drive from you. You bring home the race win for the Italian Grand Prix. So yeah, just walk me through what it was like trying to catch up to Jack Ward here after the strategy. And yeah, just walk me through your race from your perspective.
Yeah, quality was good. Pole, obviously, you can't really complain. And then at the start of the race, I got hit in the rear and had to miss the first chicane, so I lost a few places, but that didn't really matter. Strategy-wise, it was a very tough call. I was going to try the one stop, but then when Ward pitted, I had a little spin, so the tyres just shredded a lot more, so it wasn't really an option anymore. But yeah, after the second stop, it was just a case of doing about 10 or so quality laps, which is what they were. I don't think I've really deviated from within 2 or 3 tenths for my fastest lap, which was good. But no, very happy to get the win. Jack Ward's a very good driver, so it took a lot to catch up to him. But yeah, can't complain really.
Yep. So we have Netherlands coming up. Oh, yes. Yeah, Netherlands coming up next. You obviously won the last reverse race, and also you won the British Grand Prix after that too. So, do you think you could do the same that you did back in Britain and Netherlands?
Uh, in the forwards, the day after, probably not. Not a massive fan. But the reverse, I am a massive fan of. It's you can't overtake at all, but it's just a nice track to drive, and I've gone well there in the past. So fingers crossed I can keep up with that little trend. But obviously, every new race weekend's a new race weekend, so you've got no idea what's going to happen. So hopefully, try to keep it clean and just get as many points as I can.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you everyone for racing. I'm gonna go ahead and do my stream outro, but yep. Congrats, Dylan Thake for winning, and yep. See you guys later. All right. Well, that will do it from the Italian Grand Prix. What race that was? I also noticed on the stream I kind of forgot to lower the screen down, so it would be two black bars on the top and not just one on the bottom. But that was that was my fault there. Either way, it doesn't even look that good. It's just the way my monitor's set up, so I can't really get it much better. I can do it well in like different games, but for some reason on F125 it just does not want to work. So yeah, that's kind of what we have to live with for this. But yeah, still, really fun race in Italy, and yeah, next race you have Netherlands. It's a reverse weekend. I'm not sure if we'll have a race if we'll have the reverse race on Thursday or Friday. We'll have to see how that works out because I do have a league that usually runs on Thursdays, but yeah, we got lucky with that because both times we had Thursday races an off week, but next Thursday will not be an off week for that league, so we're gonna have to figure something out with that. But yeah, still really fun race in Italy. Congrats to Dylan Thake for getting the win. Also props for him for staying up really late because obviously he's a Brit and he has stayed up really late for these races. So yeah, props to him for that. But yep, I'm gonna go ahead, hop off, and yep, see you guys.